Welcome all earthlings and other beings. My name is Lara and this is Aller Tarot and Art. And today I'm going to be reading your tarot and oracle cards, and I'm going to be tying that into an image that I'm going to be drawing that I received in meditation for this reading. I'm going to go ahead and start this drawing and talk about it a little bit, and then after the initial rough sketch, I'm going to be drawing your cards, your tarot with clarifying cards. And after that, you'll see a video laid over this side where you can watch me mostly complete the drawing, and at the very end of the video you can see the finished piece colorized and completely drawn. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing great. You might hear some thunder because it's raining outside, or it's thundering outside. Also remember that he and she are interchangeable in this reading, in all my readings, and don't take anything too personally. So if something, this is a collective reading, it's not a personal reading, and so if there's something in here that sounds right for you, then it probably is for you. If you're here, there probably is something. But if something doesn't sound correct to you, don't try to make it fit, okay? So the image that I was seeing was, I was seeing this, she's sort of a very elongated woman. And I saw this image, her face seemed like it was almost like in profile, like, let me see if I can, not in profile, I mean, like half of it was, like in shadow, and I feel like that's significant, like all this was shadow, her face. That's what I remember. And I feel like you know, because the way she's standing here, which I'll draw in a minute, and because of this shadow, it's just like someone who is perhaps addressing their shadow side and their light side. So to be a really truly balanced person in life, I feel anyway, is you need to be able to address both the dark and the light of who you are, because we have both inside of us. You know, you go too dark without any kind of lightness, and then that becomes imbalanced, obviously, for negative reasons. And if you go too light, you're all like love and light and everything, which is beautiful at times, and you will not accept or in any way address your dark side, then you know all you're doing is you're hiding. So we have to address all of those sides to ourselves. I know this doesn't look like much yet, but anyway, her body was more or less like this, and she had her arms like it was kind of crossed here, and then the shoulder was down here, and I saw her hand kind of over here on her hip. So this is going to be kind of a very stylized drawing, but you kind of get the gist of what's going on here, and then I will fill this in properly so you can see it. And then all around her was sort of this like chaos, this sort of almost like a wind, and it was very beautiful, but it was also like it seemed like she had a lot of chaos around her. You know, like this is a person who has their arms closed, and they're sort of like going inward. So I would not be surprised if something like the Hermit card comes up, or something similar. So I'm going to set that aside though and work on it in a minute. So let's go ahead and get your initial spread going, and I'm going to speed the sequence up so that we don't waste any time. So here we go. Okay, I have looked over your cards with the clarifiers, and really interesting things going on here. I feel like you're a very complicated person, whoever this reading is for. So you're a warrior. Like you have, I see, okay, you have doubles of like at least, what, 4, 5 cards? So I'm going to go over all of this as far as the doubles go. So let me show you the doubles first. You have 7 of wands here, 7 of wands here. This is someone who's having to defend themselves, right? They're having to take the high road. They're having to protect themselves, be assertive, stand up for themselves. And you have other cards too that are indicating you're walking away from things, but we'll get into that. The other card that was doubled was the Five of Swords here and here. Five of Swords is about abuse. It's about abusive people. It's about bullies, violence, theft. It could be defeat. It could be deception. Maybe someone tried to cheat you, or the person that this reading is for. But it's some sort of conflict and an abusive relationship of some sort. So you have two of those. So I see that you've been dealing with a lot of abuse, but you are a warrior, because I see you've been overcoming this over and over again. The other one is the Fool. The Fool's here and here. It's actually clarified by the Fool, which is really powerful. You know, the Fool is all about taking a leap of faith. This is all about moving forward in life on a new adventure. To me, the Fool often talks about bravery too, because you have to bravely move forward. But I can see that you're definitely moving in the right direction. And let's see, what else was doubled? Well, we had the Pentacles here, and this was the most significant double that I like seeing. Ten of Pentacles here, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is ultimate wish fulfillment. This is like, this is like inheritance, security. This is like leaving a legacy, a very happy home, maybe getting a windfall, which would be an inheritance, having some sort of privilege, and definitely lots of stability. And you've been working really hard for this. I see that. So on both ends here, you have cards that are indicating you've walked away or you're moving away from drama. And we know we have abusive people here. And this Six of Swords is clarifying the Five of Swords. So, you know, it's almost like you've got it almost feels like waves of people have been coming in over time to try to mess you up. You might be a really talented person. You might be in the public eye. It might be that you're doing something that's controversial, or, you know, that it just upsets certain types of people who might be jealous. So you could be being attacked in your face, but also behind the scenes energetically. That can happen. But see, look at this Ten of Pentacles. I love this Ten of Pentacles, where this person here almost looks like a magician who's sort of like all of these golden coins are coming up, and almost like it's magic or something. And he almost is like he's holding a wand. Yeah. So you've made this happen. You know, you're moving towards your Ten of Pentacles, and you've had your Nine of Pentacles in sight for a long time. So the Nine of Pentacles is, you know, this is like being very independently wealthy, having financial success. It's definitely a reinforcement of the Ten of Pentacles, but this is someone who is very self-sufficient in themselves. They do like luxury, and it doesn't matter how much money they have, they live in luxury because that's just how they are. And this is also somebody who has status, and probably owns some property. This could have something to do with a house. And you're having to defend this. See, this is Seven of Wands here, which we know was over here before, right above it. So it's actually right above it. This is like defending your dreams, I see. You know, and there was a song that was coming up the last few days. It's been in my head, and it's called I'm a Bee by the Black Eyed Peas. And I'm going to let you listen to the lyrics a little bit. So I am not a rapper. It says, I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee. I'm a bee spreading my wings. I'm a bee doing my thing. Living life, feeling free. That's how it's supposed to be. Come join my festivities. Celebrate like I'm a bee. So, you know, the song is all about being successful, having lots of friends, having wealth, being able to do what you want. It's all about freedom, really. So I can see that you've been working towards this, and I see a lot of wealth for you too. If you haven't already acquired this wealth, and I feel like you have, but if you haven't, all the makings are there for it to like just come in quickly. Especially when you walk away from all these toxic situations and you go off on this new adventure, which I feel like Spirit is definitely encouraging you to do, is go out and do this. And it's a mystery. You know, it's clarified here by the moon. It's a mystery what's going to be happening. You don't quite know because some things are hidden. And you've dealt with such treacherous people, you know, who have deceived you and lied to you. The people you keep walking away from, who keeps trying to get into your life and take your stuff that you've worked so hard for. You know, and they don't want to do the work themselves. They just want to come in and steal from you. Although I don't see the Seven of Swords yet, but it just has that feeling about it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers. I feel like, you you know, you have that dark and light aspect in the drawing, right? So you're a person who's definitely had to address the dark and the light. So some of this, you know, this contentious kind of abusive stuff, it could be that you have had to deal with your inner talk as well. Like you might abuse yourself. You might have been someone who abuses yourself inwardly, like you criticize yourself a lot or something. And so other people are going to show up in your life who are going to do that too. So the sooner you have can clear up your inner talk and stop abusing yourself, the easier it's going to be to walk away and move away from those who want to abuse you too, because you just won't tolerate it. You will only tolerate the amount of abuse from other people that you give yourself, right? This is just a rule. It's just the way it is. So if you're not happy with how people are treating you, you need to look at how you're talking to yourself and treating yourself. So be really good to yourself. And I see that you are, and you've got big dreams and you're moving towards that. So that's wonderful. You are a warrior. You've been through a lot. You are a warrior. All right, the clarifiers. What else do we need to know here? Another one. What does this collective need to know, please? You are a warrior. I'm a bee, I'm a bee, I'm a bee. That song's been in my head. Okay, so put that there. Interesting. We have distant thunder. I was just talking about how there's thunder. I like how she's almost like a princess in her like little tower looking out at where the storm is, clear the air. Yeah, this is, you know, when you're clearing out the toxic like thinking and you're clearing out toxic people and other people's behaviors or certain patterns or things that don't work for you anymore, you're clearing the air. This is sometimes what the purpose of a storm is to like blow all the pollution out and, you know, water all the plants and just the winds clear everything out. So, you know, in this image with this woman, with the, you know, the wind blowing through her hair and all the chaos around her and everything kind of reminds me of this. It's like standing strong in the middle of a storm and letting that storm and that chaos blow out and you just stay contained, right? This says crossing bridges, time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing, which is really the same thing. So doing the inner work and healing really is the fastest way to manifest what you want. Healing means forgiveness inside of yourself, forgiving other people. That's big part of the healing process. Forgiving your part in things, forgiving other people's part in things, and understanding maybe they didn't know better at the time, or maybe they had some compelling reason you don't know about. Whatever you need to make up to make it to be able to forgive them. And it doesn't mean you have to interact with them anymore. It doesn't mean you need to forget. Just change it in your mind so you don't have energy on it anymore. That is healing, right? Releasing, letting it go, mending things. Because then you're strong inside of yourself, and no matter what storm comes along, you're good. So it says in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Well, this is awesome. So you've got it's right on top of the two fools right here, the one with the clarifier. So this is like going out on this new adventure, right? Everything's smooth sailing. Good for you. You're sailing away, right? Here with the Six of Swords. Sailing away. Good for you. I'm going to pull from this really enormous deck that's almost as big as me, and shout out to my friend Montana for this deck. It's beautiful, and we're going to use it to identify what the obstacles are for you or the person that I'm reading for, the collective watching. Okay, what do I need to know, please? What are the obstacles? Obstacles, please. Whoa, no kidding. What are the obstacles, please? Obstacles. And another one. Okay. Yeah, okay, so what I'm seeing is the tower is here, and this is all about a need for purification. This can be things that suddenly happen, like a storm or something like that happens. This is like, see the lightning, and the lightning struck the tower with the clouds. So we definitely have a thunderstorm theme today. And this lightning was so violent that it actually caused this tower to burn and these people to fall out of the tower. So this is very sudden change. This is purification. This is letting go of things suddenly that are not needed anymore. And because it's in your obstacles position, I would say that you're having a hard time letting certain things go. Yeah. Yeah, and it might be that there's certain people getting in your way, but I feel like this is an internal thing. And this is just like having a hard time letting go, forgiving. It's laying over the forgiveness card, I think. Yeah, healing, the healing card. And then over here, you know, this is the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is normally about like reunion, celebration, feeling welcomed, stability, maybe a wedding. Often that card means wedding, marriage, or something like that, friends and family. So you might be having some trouble with determining who your friends are. You know who your family is, but you may have a hard time trusting all of your family. There might be certain individuals who have done some things that are really underhanded, or, you know, they just always go out of their way to be very narcissistic towards you and difficult, and they always have to cause drama. I'm sort of picking that up. Someone who, they're just always negative, and they justify their behaviors towards you because they're jealous. I get jealousy again off this. So this is definitely kind of an obstacle where you feel like you can't really, you don't really know yet who all of your friends and enemies are, because sometimes people will smile in your face and then behind your back they're gossiping about you, slandering you, trying to trip you up, doing dark magic, something like that. That can happen. I've had that happen to me. And then you just need to learn to do your protections and stuff, but and choose wiser people. So I see that's been like kind of an obstacle, is to try to discern who your real friends are, who's safe, who really does make you feel welcome, or if they're just like buttering you up because they've got some kind of nefarious agenda or something like that. And then right next to that you have this action card, and this is fast action, news coming in, obsession. This could be like traveling very quickly, or maybe a change, because we know we had change over here. So it might be that either things are moving really, really fast for you and you're not sure which way to go and you don't want to lose your balance, or you're not, yeah, you're needing some energy or something to put behind this, these changes you want to make. Because sometimes we get really tired, especially when we're dealing with negative people and negative thinking or behaviors and things like that. We're constantly having to battle. You're a warrior and you're tired. This is what I'm feeling, is you're a warrior and you're tired. Oh, then that reminds me, I found something very unusual today I want to show you. I was outside and I found this little thing, and it was like a little gift from the universe, and it reminds me of like our life and death, and moving really, really fast through life. So here, let me show you. I found this. It's a little hummingbird. See the hummingbird? She's dead, and look at that. Isn't that cool? I've never been this close to a hummingbird before. Look at the little feet and the little. Anyway, isn't that cool? I found her dead in a planter that had some flowers in it. And what was interesting is she was just laying there while I was cleaning the back porch, and there was this, like, you know how in pots you stick those like little decorative what do you call those, like staves, or like little decorative things. And anyway, this one happened, the hummingbird was laying right next to one that had a little stained glass hummingbird, and it was almost like the little bird chose to die right next to this effigy of like, it's almost like, this is my goddess, you know. Like, I thought that was fun. So I mean, it's sad when someone dies, but we all die. We're not making it out of here alive. None of us, not even you, is making it out of here alive. We just have to make do with what we have at the time. And I guess the reason why I felt compelled to show you the hummingbird, and how I feel it fits in, is that, you know, it's almost like our fire burns really bright at times, and if we don't take the time to rest and stuff, then we can burn ourselves out, and at some point we do die. But you know, take care of yourself and understand that there's a time for action and time for inaction. There's a time to clear things out and a time to build, right? I think there's a song about that. Time to live and a time to die. So I can see you've been making the changes to make your life worth living, you know, to make it quality, because you've been dealing with so much nonsense. So let's see what the solutions are for this collective watching. What's the best thing this collective can do for the best results? What can this collective do to get the best results in their life? The best thing this collective can do to get the best results. Please. Thank you. Yeah. Another one, please. Make the change. All right, interesting. Okay, we have lavender, we have nostalgia, and we have sword. Okay, so what I'm seeing, it says surround yourself with love. Lavender is a really soothing, a soothing kind of scent. I like to put it in baths and things like that, or sachets, but it's a very soothing, calming scent. Sometimes you can have lavender tea, which is delicious. Yeah, so it says surround yourself with love. So that's what you're doing. You're clearing out. See, it's right above the tower. You've been clearing out all these, how these people are falling out. You kicked them out. You said, no, no more. I'm not taking your nonsense. I'm not taking your BS. I am not putting up with it anymore. I'm going to find some nice people to be friends with. That's what it's saying. Yeah. They're all happy and sitting around on the couch and eating and having tea and burning their candles with their lavender, and they got the kitty cat. That's really comfortable. That's nice. People you can actually hang out with like this is what you need to look for, and know that they have your back, and you can trust them. So it might be that you're pulling new friends in too. So that's going to be really good for you, finding your tribe once you've gotten rid of the bad ones. And every now and then a bad one comes up, but then you know what to look for, and you can just kick them out again, kick them out of your tower. So, and then we have nostalgia, focus on the here and now. So this is talking about being present, being now, here now. If you need to know more about that type of thing, there's some really good books by, I think his name's Eckhart Tolle, and I think it's called Power of Now. But he is really excellent at being present in the moment and talking about why that's valuable, and what insights come from being here and now. Because sometimes we get too stuck in our head and we forget to really enjoy life. See, she's kind of looking away while her friend's talking to her, and she's thinking about other things. She's not really present with her friend, but she might find if she were to like get out of her head and pay attention to what her friend is saying and be present in the moment, that she might build a really nice friendship here, or some sort of, yeah, relationship. So there might be something around you that you're not seeing. So look around. Also, this is a master number 33. So this is a strong, it's very strongly emphasizing that you need to do this. So stay present. Now this one says sword, make the change. Yeah. So it's got a 7 here, and I know this is an oracle, but the 7 of swords in the regular tarot and everything is thief. It's someone who's a thief. So she's cutting off her hair here. She's getting rid of all this extra hair that she doesn't need. That's kind of just been. It reminds her of all the old things. It reminds her, and maybe it's getting in her way. Maybe she's long enough now when she sits down, she sits on her hair, and that's not fun. And, she's just like not comfortable anymore. So I feel like what this is saying is make the changes you need to make your life work for you so that you feel good. Be kind to yourself. If someone comes into your life who's making you uncomfortable, or they're doing things that are against your value system, then move away from them. I think it was, who was it? Michelle Obama. Yeah, that's where I first heard it. And I don't know if she coined this term, but what she call it, the slow ghost. It's when you ghost somebody, but you do it slowly. You just become less and less available. And I feel like that, because you're a very kind person, this is a way to let go of certain people that you don't want to have necessarily a big violent tower with. Although I see that there are at least a couple people in your life that this is going on, and you need to do this. You need to get rid of them, and you need to close and slam the door in their face and lock the lock and say, go away and don't talk to me again. But there are other people in your life who you feel like they either stagnate you, or they don't add anything to your life that's a positive thing, or you suspect them of doing maybe some kitchen witch magic, or things that might be where they're trying to like manipulate you a little. So, if you get like weird hits on stuff or things like that, which you might just cut those people out, or do the slow ghost, slowly push them out if you need to, if you don't want to just. Because you maybe there's people you just want some distance from. You just don't want them close to you like that. You want them to be a little bit of a distance. It doesn't mean you can't be friends, but more they move outward from the because it's like we've got our inner circle of people, our closest friends and family and all that. It moves outward to acquaintances. So someone who you might have considered a friend at one point, you could just slowly kind of move them out into the more of the acquaintance arena. Circle, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so here, let's go ahead and pull this final oracle and see if there's anything else you need to know. And I'm going to wrap up this reading and try to gracefully shuffle these cards. So what else does this collective need to know, please? Anything else? Okay. Anything else? Okay, and another one. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for this final deck is you have Isra, Primavera, and Jenna. So Isra, she's about she who dreams, and this is escape, dreams, and fantasy, right? So this is a little bit different than just being like we had this card here where it was talking about, let's do this gracefully, nostalgia, focus on the here and now. So instead of getting lost in the past, being present. But this card here is a little different. This is about daydreaming. This isn't so much about, you know, reminiscing about the old things and pining over someone from the past or a situation. This is not about that. This is about daydreaming and fantasy, thinking about your dreams. And this is actually a very healthy thing to do. I know some people, I've met people who have an issue when someone like daydreams, and it really bothers them when people do that, and they're like, oh, you're being flaky and spacey and meh, 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 meh. Yeah, I have no idea. I can't even tell you how many times I've had people that give me a hard time about staring off into space, but this is part of how I create. This is how I am a creative. So anybody can access their creativity this way. It doesn't matter if you're an artist or not. And you can also access, you know, maybe insights or visions or things like that, your psychic abilities. But there's a need here to maybe go outside and just to really like let yourself daydream a bit. And I see the moon back here too. So that might be that you need to go outside at night and just sort of gaze at the moon. At the time of this reading right now, we're in a full moon. So maybe someone needs to go and do that like tonight. Go look at the full moon, go out and moon gaze or something, and just really like sort of fantasize. Now Primavera here, she's she who begins. It's launching, actualizing, and potential. To me, this reminds me of the Fool card. So and you got all these butterflies here, right? So this is transforming into what you do want by readjusting your life, getting rid of the negativity, right, and going towards things that feed you, that things that, you know, make you happy and feed your soul. So she who begins, this is all about the potential coming up. You have a huge amount of potential, and when the things that you launch right now, I feel like are going to do very well. You've definitely laid the groundwork for whatever projects you're wanting to work on. Also, this could be, it's over relationships too. So this almost feels like this could be a new relationship coming in as well. I'm not sure why, maybe because it's just overlaying that. But anyway, this is like new, like the newness. This is what you're looking for, and it's saying this is coming, which makes sense with the double Fool card. And then this is Jenna, she who calms, stillness, purity, quiet, right? So there's a need to be quiet, still, meditate. You know, you got the owl up here. And the owl is all about wisdom, and it says she who calms. So I feel like not only is there this need for you to find calm within yourself, but also you seem to have a calming effect on other people. This might be that you might be some sort of healer, as a matter of fact. I think we got something about healing earlier. Maybe not, but oh no, we did. That's right. It was over here. Healing. See? Healing. Crossing bridges. So, you know, calming other people, being able to calm other people is a real gift. Even if that's your only healing ability, is just to be able to speak to a person and sort of get them to ground themselves again and get really calm and centered. And that takes you being able to do that yourself. So find your center, get grounded by seeing roots growing into the ground, if that's what you need to do. Use your visuals and breathe. So find your center as well, and then you can be of service to others as well. But I'm really excited for this new adventure you're going on. You definitely have, because with that double 10 of Pentacles we saw earlier, nice wins for you, successes, and you've earned it. You're a warrior. You have fought hard for this. You deserve this. And no matter what anybody else says, I can see this. I can see that you deserve this. You deserve these wins. You deserve your happiness. So good for you. All right, I think I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to go ahead and then I'll post the finished and colorized drawing. And I appreciate you being here. I always appreciate feedback, interaction, or just that you're here, and that maybe if you can like the video. This all helps my channel, and if you want to share it with somebody else, that's great too. And maybe they can find some kind of healing in here for themselves. And I hope that this was inspiring for you as well. One of the reasons that I like showing the creation of the drawings is that you get to see the process of creativity. And hopefully that might spawn some sort of inspiration or creativity inside of yourself for whatever your creative expression or outlet is. So anyway, thank you so much. I do appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye-bye.